MSTY with a nice move today, so we're going to check that out. And don't forget, this week is distribution week. Hello my friends, this is Legend. This week is distribution week, and the distribution rate for MSTY currently is 141.5%. Very nice. Let's just go ahead and slide right over to the Webull chart and check it out. Alright, so here we are on the MSTY chart here. And as you can see, we had a green candle. Love to see it. And we are getting that little bit of a turnaround. We do have that big green volume here. Love that. And the momentum here on that red momentum is decreasing. The MACD is starting to turn. So hopefully we can get a nice little cross going forward. Now, of course, this week is distribution week. They will announce their distributions tomorrow, Wednesday. They will go X on Thursday and then pay out on Friday. What do you think we'll actually earn for the distributions this round? I'm going to shoot for about $1.30, and I hope I'm low. But as you can see, we do have that nice little turnaround on those candles. And also, we closed at $22.44 today, and that was a 2.75% move up. Very nice. Love that. Let's see what it was compared to Mr. It's at 2.75 on MSTY compared to Mr. here. Mr. got 4.07. Whoo, very nice move up. That's a $15 move on Mr. today. Now, just because of the nature of selling calls, we are limited on the upside. So it looks like MSTR went up 4% and MSTY only went up 2.75, but I'll take that for sure. Nice move. And as you can see here on Mr., we are getting that turnaround on those candles. We still are getting some nice green volume here. The MACD is turning around, and if it can continue, we might get that nice little cross going toward the upside on the MACD. And as you can see, the momentum here, these little momentum bars, the red is decreasing. So that is why you're seeing the MACD starting to turn, and eventually, hopefully, we can cross that signal line and start headed back onto the positive side of that MACD. The RSI got a nice little turn up on the RSI. We were at 48.18 yesterday, and today we're at 53.86. So we're just past midpoint of the RSI. And that's the RSI 14 that I'm looking at right now. And that's that blue line and that blue number. Now the RSI 2 really is only a 2 interval period. That's only used in my method to help me determine a good buy point, because it's a quick indicator, because it's only 2 intervals. And if we're on the day chart like we are, then therefore that is the RSI over a 2 interval or 2-day interval. Now, as far as on the charts here, we had that somewhat of a resistance line here, which is that green line, and we are coming back up, and hopefully we're coming up to test that. And even better than that, I hope we break it. But if we hit that and come down, then we could be coming back down and testing this support line at about 343. And of course, then we have the next support at 320. And then we've got the basement around the 235. Right now, we're looking at that Bollinger Band. So we are kind of coming back up to that midpoint of the Bollinger Band, because we do have some positive momentum that is going up. And that's why you're seeing the red bars down here starting to decrease, because we're starting to get a little bit more positive momentum going. Therefore, that is taking out some of that negative momentum. But if I turn off my Bollinger Band here and I turn on my volume profile, now what this does is this shows high volume areas of the chart up here, depending on what interval you're on. And I'm on the day right now. And if I scroll on out, and this is on MSTR, if I scroll on out here, as you can see here, we've got a lot of volume right in this area. And I can scroll on back, and as you can see, we do have a lot of volume right where we're at. Not so much above it, right? Because if I scroll back in a little bit, you can see there's not much volume up here. So once it gets past here, and if we can break out, we would need that good momentum to break through that and to keep on going. And then hopefully we can start getting a little bit of volume up here as well. But right now there's just not much volume because it hasn't lived up here very long. As you can see, we've got a lot of volume right here, this big long bar right here, because if you look at the candles, there's a lot going on in that area. And of course, this does change depending on how many candles you have on the chart showing. Because if I zoom in, it changes all of this, right? Now I'm showing a lot of volume up in this area because that's where most of the candles are. On a short time frame, we are right there where all the volume's at. And as you can see, around that 421, if we can get above that, we can keep moving up if we can get that momentum down here onto the positive side. Right now, we still got a little bit of negative momentum. It is decreasing, so that's a good sign. The RSI is moving up. That's a good sign. We do have green candle. That's a good sign. And currently where we're at, there's a lot of volume right here in this 413 area. Right here in this area, I'm kind of circling with my cursor. That area there is where there is a lot of volume on this short time frame. So you can kind of think of it like this. On a high volume, it's like a little magnet, right? So the candles will want to go toward that high volume. Now there is a good bit right here as well. And you can see that's where it was trading sideways. But we have got out of that, and now we're right here at this volume bar. So if we can keep on moving up, then it's very possible we can get back up here to this 415 to 420 area for Mr. And with that move up, that's going to help us on MSTY. As far as this distribution goes, I'm sure all of that is set, considering they will be announcing the distributions tomorrow. So any moves that we're having won't affect that. But it can only help us going forward. I can see Mr. moving back up above that 400 range because of that volume here, because we are getting a little bit of a turn on that MACD. The momentum is decreasing from the negative side, so it is moving toward the positive, and the RSI is moving up. So a lot of signs pointing that we could have a nice move upward. Let's just go ahead and check out Bitcoin while we're here. All right, so here we are on Bitcoin. And as you can see, that's that same box that we've had on here for quite a few days now. And that was my area that I had put as far as where I think the buyers are to help push this back up. And as you can see, it has moved up and above it. And we are now just bumping on 106. Today, it did get as high as 106.9K. And currently, we're at 105.9K. You can see the momentum down here. Again, that red is decreasing. We want to see that. We'd love to see it get back to these green momentum bars. And we'd love to see this RSI turn and cross up above that signal line and start seeing another pump up. That would be awesome. So there you go. What do you think? Do you see Misty moving on up? And I do realize that would mean that Mr. would be moving up. But I think you understand what I mean when I say, do you see Misty moving up? I'm thinking we might be able to get just a little bit more of a push up right before we get that X date. And then, of course, on that X date, whatever amount that we get paid out, that will come out of that price of the stock, and therefore will drop it down. But since there is a lot of volume up here and volume up here above this 400 range, and since even MSTR is still down at the 387, even after we get paid out that distribution, there is still room for MSTR to move back up here where the higher volume's at around that 415, which then will also help MSTY move back on up as well after the drop of the price due to the distribution payout. Now remember, that distribution amount will come out on Thursday, and you must own the shares before Thursday if you want to get paid out the distribution, as you have to own the shares before the X date in order to get paid the distribution. I was super excited to see MSTY moving up 2.75 and Mr. moving up 4%. What a nice day. Love to see it. Love to see this nice little pop up on MSTY. And I know the distributions might be a little on the lower side, but I don't know about you, but I'm still excited about getting a distribution with MSTY. Now keep in mind, nothing is guaranteed. I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, smash the like button, it'd be much appreciated. And as always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before you get into any stock plays. And until next time, legend out.